Hey guys, what's going on? This is Leon again with Why Not You, okay? But I'm just gonna say it's Friday. Happy Friday. What's going on, guys? It's Friday. It's the weekend. I understand some of you may work tomorrow, but you know what? It is Friday. What are you doing this weekend? Are you enjoying? Are you going dancing? Are you going to the movies? Are you just going to sit at the house and just relax and just enjoy the comfort of just being home and just relax and enjoy and have fun and have family over and do whatever you want to do? You know what? Today is the day to do it. You know, I was at the gym this morning. I just came back and it was on my mind. And while I was sitting down, I was looking at some quotes because I love looking at quotes. I love some inspirational morning messages to start my day off. And I was going over some quotes, and I'm just going to read a quote to you. And it said about when I love myself enough, I began living. When I love myself enough, I began leaving whatever wasn't healthy. This meant people, jobs, my own beliefs, and my habits. Anything that kept me small. My judgment called it disloyal. Now I see it as self-loving. That's deep, y'all. If I was to say some things, a lot of people who know me, I would say that's some deep ass stuff. That's some deep ass stuff because again, when I started to find myself, when I started to understand myself, I started to doing some things that I normally wouldn't do. I normally wouldn't leave my family, but I started to recognize my family was my kind of against me, was not for me. When I started to open up and started to understand how things is, I started to leave my friends who I thought was my friends, but really wasn't my friends. When I started to leave a spouse or a loved one because I felt that they didn't give me the love that I really deserved. And I didn't know what the love that I really deserved until I really found myself. So when you start to find yourself, you start to feel a little bit more healthier. Things start to grow. Things start to become one. Things start to become more at ease when you start to find who you are. And you start to have more beliefs about the possibilities. You start to feel more positive about outcomes. When you normally used to feel like, you know what, it ain't gonna work out. You know what I'm talking about, guys. When you already, you know you gotta make a decision, but you make the decision knowing that it ain't gonna work out. The question is not to make that decision because you know it ain't gonna work out. Start to believe that it will work out. Start to put in the positivity, start to put in, self-empowerment and say, you know what? I'm going to change the way I think. I'm going to start to change the way I look at life. And I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to just say it's going to work out. I'm going to start to believe that it's going to work out. When you look at things, when you don't know who you are, you make yourself a lot smaller than you should be. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you look at things and it seems like it's overwhelming, it seems like this is the one thing that's going to take me out. When you start to look at how things really is, you start to look at yourself as a smaller object, and whatever you focusing on, it becomes grand, it becomes over and large. But when you really start to go within, when you start to know who you are, when you start to know who you are, and you start to know the power that you have, you start to see things as it's just things. And when you start to do that, you start to loving yourself. You start to feeling yourself. You start to believing yourself. And when you start to do those things, your life starts to change. You start to become more positive. It starts to become, like I said, more healthier. We all want to be healthy. But sometimes, in order to be healthy, we know we got to not eat those chicken wings or that sub that, you know what, it's Friday. Let me go and get this sub. When you know that sandwich may cause you pain at nighttime or in the morning or in the middle of the night. But you do it anyway because the satisfaction, you feel like, you know what, you deserve that. You deserve, that's what, I know I'm going to do it, so I know what I'm going to get back in return. But when you start to think about things a little bit more different, you start to understand, you know what, I know I shouldn't eat that sandwich at 9 o'clock at nighttime. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have me a snack. I'm going to change the way I see things. I'm going to start changing the way I view things. I'm going to start to take care of myself more because I am worthy more than that sandwich that's going to cause me pain. You have to make a decision. Yes, it's going to cause some discomfort in the beginning, but in the long run, it's going to work out for you. But you got to make a decision. You have to want to be healthy. Again, like I said, this is just a word of an encouragement to let y'all know it's Friday. Enjoy yourself. Do the things that you want to do. Live the life that you want to live. And you can do it. And you can have it. But you have to start to make a decision. Stop looking at yourself as small and start looking at yourself as greater than what you can imagine. Because you know what, guys? Rome wasn't built in a night or one day. It took some time. But you consistently build and you build and you build, then one day you become the person that you always admired to be. But it came with a decision. Now, this is just a decision to say, you know what? I want to be healthy. I want to be loyal and love myself. And when I start to do that, everyone else that is around me is going to share the love that I have for me that I'm going to share with everyone. So you will change kind of your atmosphere wherever you are because of what you feel, because of how you look at life. And the things that you know ain't for you, it is time to make a decision. Say, you know what? I know it ain't for me, but I know what's best for me. I'm just going to keep on moving forward. I'm going to continue on wanting to be healthy. I want to heal myself. This is not about healing others. This is about healing yourself. Self-health. At the end of the day, I remember this. I remember catching a plane. The first thing the stewardess always say, y'all know what I'm talking about. The stewardess always tell you, just in case if there was a little bit of turbulence and oxygen mask fall down from the plane, I want you to do you one favor. You better put your mask on you first. Don't put your mask on someone else because you may not be able to put it on you first. In order to help yourself, you got to put it on you first. And then you could be able to help others. That is what they say. Now, me personally, I don't know what I'd do in that situation. But I know one thing. I know who I am in that situation. I know what I'm going to stand for in that situation. And I'm going to do the things that I necessarily have to do to fight for my life. And if that means I might have to put that mask on me first, that means that I'm going to have to put that mask on me first so I can stay healthy. So I can want to live, so I can want to have. Again, this is just an encouraging word, y'all. It is Friday, and this is your boy, Leon. I just come and just to say to you, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week, Monday.